Hello, fellow woodworkers. I'm Hugh Miller, and today we're crafting a Patriots Tribute Cutting Board, made from the striking, exotic Purpleheart wood. This isn't just a cutting board, it's a gesture of remembrance, a tribute to the veterans who served across generations, to the first responders who protect us every day, and to the lives lost on September 11. This heirloom-quality board carries meaning in every grain, so let's get started on this project. We've picked out a stunning piece of Purpleheart wood for this cutting board. We're going to cut it into 13 1/2 inch lengths, and we'll need 4 lengths to do the job. Use the rocking method to check for a straight side. Mark the good edge with a crayon and put that marked edge against the fence for the first trim cut. Now adjust the fence for a minimal amount of cut on the entire length of the board. Sometimes just 1/8 of an inch of cut will work. Reset the fence to 1.5 inches and check the first cut. Make any adjustments if necessary. Cut all the boards to 1.5 inches. Make sure you get all the pieces sanded on both sides. After sanding, we inspect all sides of every piece and set up for gluing. Now the messy part. If you like playing in mud as a kid, you're going to enjoy this. And remember, only glue the inside of the first and last piece. Everything else gets glued on both sides, and use your side bumper to keep everything square. Tighten your clamps evenly. We'll leave our board set up for 2 or 3 hours before we unclamp it. Scrape off the glue squish on both sides, clean up the mess on the table, and then reclamp tightly for 24 to 48 hours, depending on the size of the project. This project will only require 24 hours. Then we're back to the drum sander to do multiple light passes until both sides are sanded smooth. We load our sled on the saw and trim both ends down to the finished size of 13 inches. Then it's back to sanding. We'll use this air sander to go over the entire board using 60 grit. Now we'll spritz it with water and raise the grain and leave it to dry. Then sanding and more sanding until the surface is as smooth as glass. We determine which side will be the top and then cut our bevels. Now the fun part. We head over to our CNC router to set up our proprietary program that will cut the juice rails and inscribe the text. First, we determine the dead center of the board by marking diagonal lines crossing in the center to establish our 0 point for the X, Y, and Z axis. We use the center function rather than the side function. We think it's more accurate. We use the Shapeco CNC router. Programming is done on the screen by drawing the objects and then assigning values to them as far as depth and size. We use multiple bits, each one of them having its own RPM and feed settings. All of this is saved in what's known as G-code, and the machine does the rest. I've increased the playback speed in this segment to 16 times normal. It's all done now except for the mineral oil bath, air drying, waxing, and buffing to produce this beautiful tribute board. You can make your own or visit us at galleys2rails.com for a finished board without all this work. Please remember that these are the procedures I use in my shop, and it's not advice. Always adhere to your equipment manufacturer's operating and safety procedures.